What's up guys, Knife Fanatic here. Hope all of y'all are having an awesome day. Today we're going to be putting a Paracord lanyard on this purple Nurple from Divo knives. Super cool little knife. I have an overview of it on my channel, so if you want to see that, go check it out. But yeah, this is really cool little knife. Very small, but it feels really good. It's like a box cutter on steroids pretty much. Not really drop shutty because it's just such a light blade, and it's not really heavy, so it's not gonna really drop, but you can whip it closed, no problem. I did loosen the pivot screw a little bit so it can fall at least half shut, like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and start. Some materials that you'll probably need. I have, let's see, Paracord here. Color of your choice. I went with purple to kind of go with the whole purple theme of this knife. Really nice purple fat carbon here. You can kind of see little shimmers of purple in the fat carbon there. I think the clip side has more purple in it than the show side here, but still looks nice. So yeah, Paracord, color of your choice. This isn't gonna be a crazy long Paracord lanyard. So I'm not gonna use a whole lot. I got about 13 inches here. And it is a small knife here. Overall length, we're looking at what, 5.5 inches. So having a long paracord on a short knife doesn't make a whole lot of sense, you know. But it'll probably be maybe this long or so, maybe shorter. We'll probably get like 4 knots out of this. We're gonna be tying a snake knot. Super easy little knot that looks really nice in my opinion. So yeah, some things you'll need: paracord, possibly some type of pliers. You could use oh, what do we got here? We got the Sidekick, Leatherman Sidekick. So some type of pliers possibly, or you can just use a multi-tool which has pliers, or you know, actual dedicated pliers like this Nipex channel lock pliers here, which these things are super cool and I like them a lot. Very handy, extremely durable and tough and reliable. I mean, they fit in the pocket extremely well. They're really nice, compact, 5 inches overall length. But yeah, something we're gonna be using this to pull the paracord, because we're not gonna have a whole lot of real estate to pull on the paracord. So we're gonna use something like pliers to grab onto the paracord and use to tighten down the knots. And then this is like a little titanium pry bar from Norton's UCS. You can get these, I guess, at www.countycom.com. And we're going to use this to kind of flatten out the paracord once we melt it with the little butane torch here, so it doesn't have any like rough or sharp edges. We're going to, you know, smooth it out after we hit it with the torch, just get it nice and rounded there. And this is a really nice compact and thin pry bar. Has like a nice little scoop here, little ramp, And then this, it's not sharp at all, but kind of the same deal as the other side. Small little ramp there, and you can use this to, you know, probably, you know, get nails out of the wall or whatnot, stuff like that. Butane torch, and depending on what kind of knife you have, a safety pin would be a good idea, because on knives that have the lanyard post, you know, like this in the back spacer, it's going to be a little tricky compared to something like a lanyard hole like that, where you can just, you know, stick the paracord straight through, no problem. The safety pin here is going to help us grab the paracord trying to come out from the other side. And yeah, I'll show you all how to do this. So we're gonna go ahead, and I actually did a trial run earlier with some different paracord here. What you're gonna want to do is take one end of the paracord, and you're gonna want to burn it and then flatten out as little as you can, just the tip there, because if you end up flattening out a wide portion of that tip, what's going to end up happening is that you're going to stick this in there, and it's not going to be able to bend around because it's such a tall portion of this paracord that's flattened, and this is hard. It's not going to bend at all. Once you burn paracord, it's very, very tough. So you're not going to be able to bend this around in there. It's too wide. So we're going to burn as little as possible. I'm going to go ahead and cut the tip of that. We're going to use the mini nightshade here, just because I don't want this to continue fraying. Oops. So we'll go ahead and just kind of make sure you're also in a well ventilated area. You don't want to be breathing this this stuff in. Burning plastic and synthetic materials, definitely not good for good for your lungs. All right. Get that off to the side there. Then we'll take this side, and this is already burned, it looked like, but it's not a nice even burn there. All right, so we get a nice fresh cut there, and we're just gonna burn a little bit of it. And just try to get a small portion of that tip flattened out. Just like that. It's good to go. Now we're gonna get our knife. And I mean, really, if you wanted to, you could take the knife apart and, you know, place the paracord there. Like take the scale, one of these scales off maybe, and feed the paracord through, but we're not going to do that. So we might not even need to use, actually, yeah, we will. Get our safety pin here. You can see it's wanting to come out the other side. We're just gonna try and grab that paracord there. Probably could have thought of something better to use than this safety pin, but looks like we got it. All right. So we got that out. Now we just gotta pull the paracord through just like that. It's a little tight fit there. Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle until we get pretty much an even amount on both sides, just like that. And this safety pin is now trash because it's bent. Just a little bit more on this side. Sorry, I'm OCD. I have to have like both sides perfectly even. All right. Now that we have our lanyard, our paracord through, we're gonna go ahead and start tying the knot. So there's a few different ways that you can go about doing this. You can leave some space and then start tying your knot right here, or you can just go ahead and start the knot at the base. I think it looks good if we probably left a little space and then started the knot right there, so that way it has some wiggle room to kind of move around and flow. So for the snake knot, what you're gonna do is start by forming a loop behind itself on the left side there, just like that. Take your right side, put it through the loop, and then around the back, just like that, and then back through the front of that loop, just like that. And we're just gonna go ahead and tighten up our knot here. You can just pull it like that. And see how we have a lot of real estate to pull on here with a paracord. Once we tie more knots, it's gonna get harder because we're not gonna have that much paracord to pull on, so that's why we have the pliers here. So yeah, get that nice and tight. Looks good so far. Then we're just gonna repeat on doing these knots. So again, form a loop behind itself, put the right side through the front, around the back, and back through the front of that loop that you made. Just get those nice and tightened down. We might be able to squeeze like 4 or 5 knots out of the length of this paracord. We'll see. 5 might be pushing it. Yeah, I don't know if 5 is gonna work, to be honest. We're about to find out. So we have 4 knots there. Now you could just, you know, leave it like this. If you tighten that last knot down pretty tight, it's probably not gonna come undone. You could also, you know, trim this in half and just leave 2 shorter tails there instead of these longer tails. I think that looks pretty good right there, to be honest, but I think we're gonna keep going and try to get that 5th knot maybe. Something about having this paracord here also makes it feel like a little bit longer, a little bit bigger knife, and it just kind of helps palm it better, which is really nice. You can get a little bit lower on the handles and still feel comfortable. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and try to squeeze out this. Yeah, that's that's not gonna work. That's, yeah. All right, well, at this point, we'll go ahead and, oops, earthquake. Cut our tails off. I just kind of want to see how it would look if we just cut them in half. See how that looks. And if you don't want the tails, then you can cut them down to the end, burn them, and then round them off with the some type of spatula or like a little pry bar. I think I might leave it like this for now, to be honest, and then I can always go back later and cut these off and, you know, burn it all the way down to the end there. So I think, yeah, I'll just leave it like that for now. All right, so at this point we can go ahead and burn our ends there. You don't want to burn it too much, just enough to singe just kind of that top layer there to kind of just keep all the threads together and not fraying or anything. Same with this other side. Bada bing, bada boom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that looks good. Right there. Let me see if I can focus on that. Yeah, it looks really good. Happy with how it turned out. It's not long enough to where this is gonna get in the way of the blade when it closes or anything. And it also makes it feel much better in the hands. All right, guys. Well, hope this helped anyone who was wanting to tie a paracord lanyard on their knife. Hope you enjoyed as well. As always, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. Knife Fanatic out.